Hello everyone and welcome to episode 71, a podcast of Five Rings, your source of enlightenment around video games, tabletop, anime, film, and tech. Each episode of podcast of Five Rings releases Monday mornings on iTunes and SoundCloud and topic by topic, day by day on YouTube, with the full video releasing on Friday. Catch updates about the podcast or for other news, give us a follow on your social media platform of choice. Listen in the description below. I'm your host, GM and overseer of podcast of Five Rings for the final time in 2018. Obsidian. And this year is, I was saying this before the episode, this year is freaking flown by.
Yeah.
What does the wall that will not fall Tetsuo have to say about 2018? Sum it up in
It
5
dragged
words.
on forever. What are you talking about? It flew by.
It flew by for me, man. What about you, Meta? How was your 2018?
Hold on a second. I gotta get to a save point real fast here. Hold on. Very professional.
It's all right. I just got done playing Smash before the stream
yeah, just hold on. Just hold on a second.
It's all good.
Can we just start over? Can we just start over? I gotta get to a save point. Just give me a moment here.
I
Give me
choose
a second.
to believe that's actually his narrative on 2018.
That's honestly, yeah, right. That would be a great way to start it off. It's like I think we need a save point in 2018.
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't know. I would say
New Game Plus.
I want to get can we get a new game plus of 2018? And then figure out the better ending.
2019.
No, that's not new. No, that's the new game. It's coming
the
out.
sequel.
I don't know if I want a sequel to this ending.
I want 2018
Next
final
in this
mix.
very long series.
Yeah. Called Earth.
Oh god.
And the resident wildcard Meow.
They
Yeah.
rebooted
He's
it
Meow
about
now, not
200 or 2018 years ago.
Oh.
Ah, that's so bad. The most original reboot.
Yeah. So, what's everybody been up to? It's almost the end of the year. I've got 10 days of work off here soon, so I'm super happy. I'm sitting here in my gingerbread man onesie.
Are you really?
Snug as a bug. Yes, I'm. I'm literally wearing a gingerbread man onesie.
It is hot. It's hotter today than it was
It's
yesterday.
like 50 degrees here today, which is pretty warm.
That must be so nice to be in warm areas, guys. So
71.
nice. Never would notice that.
Was it 71? I could have sworn it almost.
Currently. Tomorrow's a high of 80.
Well, on Monday, there was a snowstorm went right above our heads, so it always misses Chattanooga.
Yeah, this morning was about 20 degrees hotter than yesterday morning.
Yeah,
a little bit.
it was. I did notice it was a lot warmer today than it was yesterday here too. So Meta's like under 3 feet of snow. Or something.
I live somewhere where snow is a constant problem.
Yeah.
I beat the first episode of Birth by Sleep, I guess, Terra's.
Oh, did you?
Plowing through that.
That sounds. How did
it
you
doesn't
feel
take
about
that. It doesn't take that long to beat them. That's the good news.
No, it was like 9 hours, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's each of the stories are super short. When I played through, what's her name? Aqua. Yeah, thank you.
The funnest part is coming up with new little abilities when you.
I actually quite liked the gameplay.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
I
I think there was about one more gauge than needed overall, but I like
That's the same thing I said. I liked the gameplay. I mean, it's not as polished as some of the
it's not Kingdom Hearts
other games. It's not Kingdom Hearts 2 polish, but which I mean, you can only hope it
Birth by Sleep's the prequel.
Is Birth by Sleep the one that has the side game that's essentially Mario Party without being Mario Party?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Which is very.
When I was playing through Kingdom Hearts 2, I never found myself like using any of the abilities outside of attacking and like magic, my quick menu magic.
I never summoned.
Right. I never summoned. Forms. Oh, eventually I got the auto limit ability, so I would use that sometimes.
Yeah.
And I almost never use my forms either.
Yeah. Well, I've been playing the shit out of some Smash Bros. And it's pretty good. I mean, maybe it'll make a certain list later on in the episode. Who knows?
What is this
finally
episode?
Started the Game of the Year 2017.
5. 2017 Game of the Year.
So
back here and look at our best favorite games.
Yeah. Seeing as this is the last episode of 2018, just like we did in 2017, as Tetsuo was hinting at, we're going to talk about our favorite
Actually, I
game.
believe we did it this year. I
Did
believe
we?
it was our first episode of the year.
Yeah, I think it
well,
was.
We
Okay.
can't do this again. We can't do another
Sorry,
one.
guys. Episode's canceled. We gotta wait till 2019.
Just upload this. Just upload that. We just
I
ended
just
right
looked
here.
through all of
Fine.
the
Here's 10
descriptions.
minutes of content.
I
All
went
right,
through and
everybody,
looked
this
through
is
all
the
of our
episode, whatever
descriptions.
podcast of the Five Rings. Your soul.
You should know it by now. I don't know it. Not read it.
I don't know it
until last
either.
week. Okay.
I tuned out at the point. I just log out once you start reading the exits, and I'm out of there.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That-
That's why you never say bye. But no, we're gonna talk about our favorite games, favorite movies, favorite anime, TV shows, what have you. Our favorite stuff of the year, board games. If we played any new ones. So there you go.
Wait.
And
Wow, what were you saying about looking back through something?
Oh, I was looking through all of the descriptions for the year just to remind myself what I
we
may have talked about before, and the first one was the previous year.
Wow.
there you go.
Obviously, we clearly look back on our stuff
Well-
all the time and think about it.
Oh yeah, constantly.
Oh, constantly. That's us.
So what should we start with? Who wants to? Someone pick one of these facets. Let's start. discussing.
What's the one? What's the one we're not going to have anything for?
Board games or anime? Probably are the least two.
I mean, I've played. Obviously, I went to Gen Con, so I played.
Yeah. So all right, y'all talk about your favorite board games.
All right. My favorite board game is probably still Cthulhu Wars. I enjoy the crap out of that game so much.
Cthulhu Wars was what again?
It was this game you play where you war with Cthulhu,
Okay, gotcha.
and it's a great app.
It totally captures the spirit of Lovecraft.
Well, what if I went to war with Haster instead?
Cthulhu Wars is a game where you essentially just choose an old god faction, and you kind of play Risk against other people, but with old gods. and powers.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. The only other game I think that would even come close to like one that I really enjoyed is probably Smash Up, and that's probably my other one. I enjoy a good card game.
The new expansion or what have you? Did that come out? That came out at Gen Con, didn't it?
Yeah, the new expansion that came out, I absolutely fell in love with. The Samurai faction is wonderful.
It's AEG remembering that they made a samurai game.
I know that's kind of that is exactly how I sat there. I was like, my God, it's like they've made a samurai game before. Although ironically enough, you would think that the samurai are the highest duelists, but they're not. The cowboys are actually the faction that focus the most on dueling.
Which is
yeah,
funny when
sure.
you consider the spaghetti western is supposed to be a western interpretation of.
Yes.
Yeah, it's very Kurosawa inspired. A lot of
Yeah.
westerns.
Yes.
Yeah.
Heavily Kurosawa inspired. So I mean, like, but those duels are mostly a thing. The new buried mechanic, I think, is interesting, but a little bit odd for the new. I think it was like the pharaoh or the Egyptian,
Uh-huh.
or whatever. I thought it was kind of odd. I don't know. And then the Vikings were interesting too. I don't remember what they do though. They didn't really
They
leave
were
an impression.
interesting, but not that interesting.
Pretty much, they really didn't leave an impression on me. So as you can tell. But yeah, if I had to choose a favorite game, those would absolutely be mine. But there are other good games out there. They're not as good as the ones I chose, but. So what about you guys though? Have any of you played actually any new board games this year, or am I just
think
so
I
hard
really
games.
picked up any.
The two that really stuck out for me was the Arkham Horror Living Card Game by FFG.
Yeah, you did talk about that, yeah.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I played it with a few people. I've played the main scenario in the book like a couple times now, and we played some of the side ones. While I haven't played it as much as I've played some other board games this year, it has definitely rocketed to the top of my favorites to play. And it's not new for 2018. It was just new for me for 2018. But the other big one, and I haven't actually talked about this as a topic yet, and I'm actually going to talk about it next year, considering this is our last episode for the year, is Gaslands, which is a tabletop war game. Feel closer towards X-Wing in that you have like templates to move, but it's like Mad Max inspired, so it's like cars.
Yeah.
So you have death races. You're trying to blow each other up and get to the finish line first. That's been a lot of fun.
Talk about your plug your stuff, man.
My stuff.
Yeah.
Oh.
What did we just
yes.
upload?
Oh, what stuff are you talking about? No, I did actually film a so far it's 2 episodes. Gonna start doing some hobby corner stuff with modeling miniatures, gunpla, all the stuff that I talk about in all the episodes, but never really shown yet. And this first episode is actually going through the build process of customizing a Hot Wheels car for Gaslands, because that's the other thing. It doesn't come with miniatures. You have to customize Hot Wheels, which I think is part of the reason why I'm so drawn to it. Is because it's like I get to play with Hot Wheels and turn them into these things. So it totally is my modeling thing, and then I get to play a game with them, and it's not just painting miniatures that already exist, but fully converting things. So.
By the way, Tats builds models and he models.
Yep. It's true.
He has excellent hands. When is Gundam Build Fighters the tabletop miniatures game? Is that not already a thing? And
No.
if not, why isn't it?
Because we don't what? How would you? What? How would you? That's kind of my reaction.
Not literally like the anime, obviously, but why hasn't there been a Gundam little minis game? War game.
That's a good question.
Yeah, that actually is a really good question.
Because there's so many different Gundams and probably factions and stuff throughout the whole series.
Well,
there might
I
be
know
one in
there's a-
Japan.
Getting into next year, and we'll talk about this when we get to the anime section, but there's a new anime coming out next year called Gundam Beyond, and it looks like it's going to do mashup of different series. I would love it if they did some type of tabletop game as part of that project. That would be amazing. I would geek out so much.
There is a fan done one.
Yeah.
There's a mostly dead subreddit of
is there?
people doing it. Yeah.
I know people in the Gun Plus subreddit do kind of that similar thing, but they kind of judge each other's work, and then
Yeah. No, there's a build fight system subreddit, and I linked the rules. The rule book. But
I
yeah.
somehow cut the space between my toes. I don't know how that happened. Random observation for you.
I appreciate it. I care about your health, Obs. You keep us informed about if anything else changes.
I will. He got an infection and died over Christmas.
Wow, that escalated super fast.
Penicillin's a hell of a drug.
You're taking a shot.
He's got to go fast.
Yeah.
Gotta go fast.
Oh.
Can we talk about the most disappointing thing?
We'll get when we get to movies. Yes, we'll talk about the memes. The memes are coming. For mine, I didn't really play a lot of new stuff. This is an old game. I think it came out 2 years ago, but Game of Thrones 2.0, the FFG card game, I actually played with a buddy 2 weekends ago. Finally, the second version, and it's pretty good. I was immediately I enjoy this more than L5R already.
Yeah, I was just about to ask, did you enjoy it more than L5R? Although
yeah, it's very similar to L5R, in that there's different types of challenges that you perform. They all have a different effect, which is kind of like the Ring. You get a certain amount of resources every turn, then they go away, but your characters persist. You're not attacking provinces. There's not... Basically, everything is tied to gaining power. When you gain 15 power, you win the game. There's multiple ways to do it. It's a lot more simple than L5R2, though, so... it's good.
That's the second edition, right?
Yeah, it's the second edition. They had an
Maybe
old
there'll
edition,
be
they rebooted
Second edition.
L5R.
L5R, where they fix it.
Yeah, it needs one, in my opinion.
It kind of it's really sad to say it, but yeah, it kind of really
It's
does.
just
need,
unbalanced.
There's a lot of things that kind of need to be retouched up on for the game.
It's weird to say that because the game's only been out a year. And
Yeah, it really is,
so.
but it is in a situation where it kind of does need a little bit of it's underlying. It's really weird because its underlying groundwork is where it needs to be done. It was built in a swamp and it might have tilted a little bit
Yeah.
before it, got finished.
You know what? I've got more hope for, and I hope they do this with Privateer Press. Privateer Press and FFG have teamed up to put out L5R minis, a mini crate, which I subscribe to. I would love for Privateer Press to do an L5R. If you want to get me into wargaming, that's how you do it. An L5R miniatures wargame, which they had Clan War way back in the day.
Can we do it where we can get the miniatures outside of the mini crate, though, please?
Yeah, that's what I hope. I hope that enough people buy it to where they partner with Privateer Press and do like a minis game or something. Because Privateer Press makes really good looking minis too.
They do.
So if you ever seen the War Machine stuff.
Will they be pre-painted or no?
No, they're not painted. So you can paint them yourself.
Oh God, I can't even get myself to paint my own minis, and they want me to paint the ones they're gonna send
Well,
me.
I tell you what, Meta, here soon, I think Podcast of the Five Rings is about to have a miniature workshop on. I'm kidding.
God, I could use it with how many times I start and stop painting minis. I may as well just go back to class 101 every time. I see, Meta, you're here back for another semester of 101. Yep, I don't remember anything.
Take your brush, dip it with paint.
Which one's a brush?
The brush is the one that has the sharp pointy end that you don't want to stab onto yourself. That you yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
I see.
And that was about the only new thing I played, even though it's old. And I want to play Keyforge. I just haven't got the chance to yet.
Keyforge looks interesting.
It looks really fun.
What is Keyforge again? For the
it's
audience?
the new. It's a new FFG game. It's designed by I can't remember his name.
Oh,
the creator of Magic.
You buy a booster pack, right? Richard Garfield.
Yeah, it's Richard Garfield design game. It's where every deck is unique, and
yeah,
it's basically like playing a limited format every time. But even then, you still don't constructor deck.
It's interesting.
That part I least care about because you're not really collecting stuff or playing with the pool and deck building isn't part of the game. It's more rules knowledge and being good at the game itself, which the game itself looks fun to me. So it reminds me a lot of Hearthstone, actually, just on tabletop, kind of, because you attack their creatures specifically and stuff like that. That's what made me think of Hearthstone.
Being less about collecting, because everything's just random,
Yeah, it's a game that you can just, go to the game store and you pay $10 or whatever, and you have 2 decks, and you can, keep playing with those decks and get good at the factions. That's theoretically, I guess, how you would get good at competitive play of it. But
I think that's why I've been liking living card games lately. In general, it's just you're not sinking as much money into it.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
this one, whenever you want to, you have to, buy a pack to play a new game.
And it's only you can every card has the name of the deck on it, so you can't mix them.
Right.
Yeah, it looks fun.
His other current game is not doing too hot.
Oh really?
Artifact.
Ooh.
The Valve one, I believe he worked on.
Oh, is it one of the e-games?
It's the one that's on Steam. It's Artifact. It's just not. It's been doing a lot of things wrong, I guess.
Gotcha.
But that's more on Valve than him.
I just read up on that too, and got some problems. Nothing crazy. Just it's little nickel and diming, I think.
Valve gonna Valve.
Nah.
And you said you did not have anything new you played, Mel?
Not really. I'm trying to think. Nothing that I've played more than once, basically.
What was the Pirates and Dinosaurs game?
Oh yeah. No. That
conveniently
that
called
was,
Pirates and Dinosaurs.
That's the game I played last, and that took way longer than intended.
Oh god.
That thing, it was this will take an hour. It took us over 3 hours, I think.
Yeah, it was going on 4 hours.
Yeah, we were playing at a buddy's birthday. What was the one where you lined up? It's the pixel art, the card game.
Oh, Boss Monster.
Boss Monsters is great.
That one was really fun.
Yeah. I love Boss Monsters.
Oh, wait. you guys, is that the first time you've played Boss Monsters?
Yeah, I actually, my wife got it because she has a coworker who he collects board games and he doesn't want to be a hoarder. So every so often he will bring a bunch to work and give them away, rather than just hoarding all his games.
Yeah.
And so every so often we'll get new games from this. And Boss Monster was one of the games we got. And so I was like, oh, I've got to try this game. And then like I played it like 20 times in a week because I just loved it.
It's really quick and easy. It's fun.
Yeah,
It's a very
I think
good
is
game.
probably my favorite game I've played all year on the tabletop.
I had forgotten
Or at
about that
least-
game.
I think we did a topic on it.
Yeah, I believe so.
So, all right, cool. That's our tabletop stuff.
Alrighty.
What y'all want to do
Bring
next?
on.
Because we didn't mention RPGs, I am going to throw out their Stars Without Number. The revised edition came out this year, and I had a lot of fun playing that with some people.
Oh ho ho. Well then.
I guess that means.
I don't know what else to add on that.
I was waiting on you to say more about it. That's
I
wanna say.
have a whole episode on it, but it's sci-fi. It can span the breadth of hard sci-fi or soft sci-fi. They have a lot of rules. The base core rule book is free, or you can pay whatever it is to get a few extra supplemental rules. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. I think it has a lot of value to it. You just have to face the little. I feel like, and again, we have a whole topic on it. Sci-fi can be a little hard to do, but if you can get over that from the storytelling perspective, Stars Without Number, hands down, my favorite sci-fi setting or rule book, I should say. Really good.
I've seen people talk a lot about that Mask game lately, like out of nowhere. In like the past week, I think I've seen 3 people talk
which is
about
weird, because it's not like nothing really is new come out with that one, but just people in general lately have been. I don't know.
I know nothing about it, but just an observation.
Powered by the apocalypse, high school supers based around high school angst.
Well,
Teen
it's something
Titans.
everyone can relate to.
Yep.
Okay. What do y'all want to talk about next?
Anime,
You
manga.
I think anime is probably the
Anime?
next.
Okay. I'll go first, I guess.
Alright.
Alright, my favorite anime of the year.
Into the Abyss.
No, Made in the Abyss, that was last year.
Oh, was it?
That was my favorite anime last year. It's very good.
Ah.
If you haven't seen it, watch it. Devilman Crybaby. It's my favorite.
Yeah, that one was definitely up there, is what I've heard at least.
Was that really this year?
Yep.
Yeah, very, very beginning of the year. I thought it was last year as well, but it was January. I don't think I talked about it on the podcast because there was a lot going on at the beginning of the year. I don't remember if I'd seen it all at that point too, but it's Masaki Yuasa he's known for doing weird kind of avant-garde stuff with his animation style. He worked on Space Dandy and Ping Pong, Tatami Galaxy, stuff like that. So it's very trippy. It's a very classic old like 70s manga, and then it had an anime that had nothing like the tone of the actual manga. This is more true of the manga. It's very dark and bleak, and it has a really good ending. So it was really good. I watched it. I liked it a lot, and I read the manga because I saw people making analysis videos about it in the manga and comparing them and his style and stuff, and it's really good. It's really short too, so you can watch it in a few hours. I think there's only like 12 episodes, maybe not even that many, because it was a Netflix exclusive.
Speaking of older series, didn't Cyborg 009 get a movie in this year? Or was that last year?
Oh, I have no idea.
Oh my gosh, that's such an old series.
Yeah.
It was either this year or last year. They came out with a continuation movie that was pretty good.
Yeah, that's from the 70s too, it looks like. 60s even.
Yeah, I think
The
it's
manga.
60s. The original, yeah.
So yeah, that was my favorite. Other good ones are obviously the new season of My Hero.
Yeah.
I've watched a few episodes of Goblin Slayer. It's alright. The manga I like better, but so yeah, those are mine. I haven't watched a lot of new anime this year.
I have not either. Mine is basically the new season of
which was good.
My Hero Academia.
It's one of my favorite arcs.
Yeah.
The camping arc with the League of Villains. So.
Yeah. Other than that, I just finally finished, I watched the second half of Fate Apocrypha, which was pretty cool.
Okay.
The fight scenes at the end were ridiculous.
Yeah, I think when you talked about it, you were.
No,
iffy.
I haven't talked about Fate Apocrypha.
Okay, what was the one you talked about a Fate anime this year?
That was the Fate Ilia or whatever. Prismatic Ilia.
The one with the little girls and stuff.
Right. That one wasn't from this year. Like Fate Apocrypha came out. I don't think it was simuldubbed because the last episode ended on December 30th, 2017. So I think by the time I would have been able to watch it, it was this year anyway. So, and I only just got to the second half because that came out later on Netflix in the first half. So, but yeah, it's really good. It was the Fate series are interesting, like the normal ones at least, or where it's like this one was two. Normally it's like 7 different classes all fighting each other. This one was 2 teams of the classes fighting each other. There's the red team and the black team, but they tend to have sadder endings, sort of, or like it's a lot of people can end up dying. This one, I guess, a little less so. I think it had a bit of a happier ending in a way, but yeah.
Do you like happy or sad endings, Mel?
Happy.
I think we have actually.
I'm on sad. I'm on sad ending, boy.
No.
You're a sad anyway.
I want to be happy when I.
You don't want to feel miserable when you consume media.
You don't want to feel things when it's all over. Oh my god.
You don't enjoy Schadenfreude.
I want the good guys to win, but I'm always pleasantly surprised when they don't, because it's like, hey, I couldn't plan the story out in my mind, which always makes me happy. As weird as that sounds.
You know what? I can dig it.
All right, what about the rest of you?
I'm gonna probably be jumping in your boat and swimming along with you because I have not really watched new anime this year. First that comes to mind, obviously, is my God, I can't say it. Macadamia. They're delicious and I love them. And that was really good. That was really good. Goblin Slayer, I've actually been kind of trudging along with. I believe Overlord had a new season.
Yeah, it did.
The last one. The end.
People love Overlord. I haven't watched any of it.
Yep.
It's good.
Not for me.
Good. You just got to be okay with watching. Are we the bad guys?
Yeah, pretty much. That's what I heard about it.
That's pretty much what it turns into. Like when it first starts off, that's not really the case, but as it goes down the line, you're just like, are we the bad guys?
Oh, you guys love Castlevania?
Oh, you know what? There it is. That's the one.
Does that count as anime though?
It's not really anime.
It's in the anime section of Netflix.
It's not. Okay. It's. I'm gonna say, as far as
I was gonna use that for TV, but
as far as I care for animation and TV in general, I would say Castlevania absolutely took it.
Yeah,
that is my jam.
It's definitely my favorite TV show. I was pleasantly surprised by the second season of Castlevania.
That second season was so good. I would like another serving, sir.
Yeah, well, we're gonna get some.
Yeah, well, hopefully the third season holds up, but that's hard to hold up, man. That's hard to keep with. Third season's got a lot running on it.
Yeah.
It does say U.S. origin on the wiki.
We'll combine TV with this, whatever. Yeah, Castlevania.
Sure. If I had to, for sake of it, for Japanese animation, I would say probably Macadamia. Overlord, there were some bits in this Overlord season that I was just like, but Macadamia was fun through and through. And Goblin Slayer has been a delightful romp. And I enjoy that the character. I enjoy the main character.
It's D&D the game. Yeah, he's funny.
It's Doom. It's just Doom versus goblins. That's the really only difference. Slightly toned down. He's not as badass as the Doom guy, but I mean, honestly, at this point, who can be?
Yeah.
Goes to hell and he's like, I'm gonna have a nice picnic. Demons run from him. But yeah, I would say I would probably give it to Macadamia. Macadamia was just really solid, on point. It was fun to watch, really uplifting. But if we're talking about of all time, Castlevania, absolutely so good.
All right,
I
what about
cannot recommend.
what about you, Tets? Is it going to be some Kobayashi Dragon Maid?
No.
You liked it a lot, didn't you?
Was that this year that I watched it?
I think it was this year. It technically came out last year, but I think you didn't consume it this year.
Yeah, I enjoyed it, but it had things that still had negative aspects to me. There was parts where I was just like, that was a little bit. You guys could have toned that down a little bit.
Yeah.
Like half the things involving the little girl. But anyway, but the no, I was gonna say Gundam Build Divers, excuse me, was a lot of fun. I haven't fully watched through it yet, but it's the next Build Fighters, but it's its own continuity of build your Gunpla, scan it in, go play a video game where you get to pilot the Gundams you built.
Yeah.
Which is, I'll be honest, those kind of shows will always have a special place in my heart. I was definitely raised on Yu-Gi-Oh and Beyblades and Metabots and all that. So.
Oh, Metabots.
But
don't mind me.
oh man, Metabots I'd forgotten about, and recently has been popping up for me, and I kind of want Metabots to come back.
Oh yeah, I look at it every so often, and I'm like, why is there not more?
I know.
That series, I really enjoyed that series for what it was.
Mm-hmm.
But beyond that, Dragon Pilot was good. Hisone and Masatan, Dragon Pilot, the Netflix original series. But I think I gotta say my favorite anime was the Godzilla anime movies that had come out. Planet of the Monsters and City on the Brink of Battle, or whatever the hell it's called.
And now you're about to get a new
City on
Godzilla
the Edge of
movie.
Battle. Yeah, and the third one's about to drop here soon.
And a live action movie too, I believe.
Well, the live action movie is just a Godzilla movie. It's not connected with the 3 anime.
But it's more Godzilla for you, Tets.
It's true, but it doesn't count as anime. Come
You're
on,
not wrong.
I'm just saying in general. I'm not saying it's anime.
I am very.
What is anime?
As well.
It's animation.
I am all on top of that Godzilla kaiju shit, man. I'll tell you what.
Right.
But yeah, I got to give it to the Godzilla movies. They took it away from me. I mean, they're not necessarily the best, but I love them so much. They hit me really well. So yeah, which I think I have an episode on both of the movies. So
yeah, I believe you do.
Go back and watch those.
All right.
Next topic.
That's that. We want to do movies or games?
Let's do movies. Let's get out of the way.
Movies.
Yeah.
Who wants to go first? Who wants to?
I will.
All right, go for it, Mel.
Nearly everything I've watched this year has just been a Marvel movie.
It's true.
There was a lot of good Marvel movies this year.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, I liked all of them, but Infinity War was definitely just, I mean, in scope was amazing.
The greatest crossover event.
Right. That means
the big cheese.
And I just really want the next one. And I mean, so I was trying to outside.
We
of
got
that,
our trailer last week, the day after the Game Awards.
Yep.
In the game, isn't that the name of it?
Yep. Yeah, it was something else. Nothing it was a huge thing. Like it dominated, at least the internet and whatnot, the movie culture and what. Even if it won't win awards or whatever, but
yeah.
Outside of that, I watched because I saw Deadpool 2, which is also technically a Marvel. There is property. I saw Ready Player One. That was good. I guess that was technically a larger crossover event.
Yeah.
Did any of you guys see that?
I have not, but all my friends saw it.
Saw which?
Ready Player One.
Oh no! I did not throw myself to that fire.
It was pretty fun. I think the final fight is ridiculous. Calling down a Gundam from the Firefly Serenity ship.
Yeah.
Just all over the place.
Yeah.
Just everything's together in one location.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't overall my media consumption has been very little, honestly, throughout the year in all aspects.
Yeah,
I've
compared
really
to last
only
year,
hit
the
like
same
some
for
of
me.
the biggest, like the biggest like hits. Like that's all I've seen, played, whatever. So yeah, I mean, my top movie is Infinity War.
I am going to I'm actually gonna have to probably agree with that. Infinity War was amazing. I loved it. I am a big sucker for when the villains win. And the
Yeah.
villain won. I always enjoy that because there's a lot of like movies always end up with the good guys winning. It's always the good guys winning. And
And
I
we're
don't
still
know,
gonna get that.
you're still gonna get that, yeah, at the end of the day. But I like the fact that the bad guy did win.
Or
in
we
this.
won't.
Oh, we won't. Yes, it'll never be the same again. Nah, it's gonna happen. We already know they've got movies coming out.
That's how they get rid of Captain America and
Right.
Iron
Yep.
Man.
Yep. I don't know. They I enjoy that kind of stuff. So when they gave that ending, I was like, yeah, this pretty much cements it. This is gonna be great. I know the heroes are eventually gonna come back and win the day, but it's great that this is just here as it is right now.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a wonderful little bit. If I had to go with though, I'm gonna go a few steps beyond here. A movie that I saw that I was kind of looking forward to, but rather disappointed at the final ending of it all, would be Wreck-It Ralph 2. I know.
Are you
I
memeing?
know.
Are you memeing meta?
No, I'm not memeing. I'm being legit
Alright.
serious on this one. I once saw Wreck-It Ralph 2. I love the first one. I thought it was really well done. I enjoyed the topic content. I kind of like the characters and their dynamics. The villain is amazing. He's probably my favorite part of the whole freaking thing. It's just really well done. And the second one definitely has that polish over it. But there are a few parts of it that to keep it simple, there are a number of parts of it that actually contradict a number of things that happened in the first movie.
Oh.
And either rules laid out within the universe or even the lessons taught through it, that I'm sitting here and I'm like,
They
it was really hard.
disrespected the lore of Wreck-It Ralph.
Yes, the lore of Wreck-It Ralph, super serious. Which it's not a big deal. It wouldn't be a big
Yeah.
deal if it's like small little plot holes. That's not a big deal. The problem is when it starts to become like central things that were focused on in the last movie.
They don't
And
have a
that's when it's like-
continuity editor.
Yeah, it's kind of what it was. There was like a huge continuity issues with it. And I'm like, wasn't this just a big issue? The last movie, wasn't that like a big part of like one of the part of the subplots that was going on overall of this whole thing? And in this movie, it's like, nah, don't worry about it. I'm just like, okay, which is fine. I mean,
Alrighty
it's their
then.
movie. Yeah, but I don't know. The inconsistency threw me off, and I thought I was the only one. So I asked Lily because she had seen it with me, and she was like, "Nah, you're kind of right. There's a little bit of, it's a little bit jarring. It's not as good as the first one." So that was the one that I felt most disappointed in.
What about you, Tits? Oh, sorry, cut you off, Meta. Did you have more you want to
How
say?
dare you? No, I didn't have more I wanted to say. Except, gotta go fast.
Who is the most surprising video game character cameo in it? If any, I guess.
The most surprising? There really wasn't a lot of video game cameos. It really wasn't focused on games this time. It was focused on internet, so to speak.
Yeah. Because they
I don't
went
know.
to the internet.
Yeah, that's really what it was about, was them going to the internet. If I had to say, though, the coolest, if not the coolest, but the nice one to kind of see was with some of the Street Fighter characters actually just talking in casual conversation with one another during one of the scees that you just wouldn't really see talking casual convo. And it was also nice to see that Ryu and Ken came back. They came back. They had like just a singular moment with each other. I think they were like walking, and they were at Tappers, and they were having root beer. Definitely not beer.
Yeah.
Probably the biggest surprise though was, I mean, it gave away in the trailer, but was when Sonic actually got a pretty decent length bit in the movie explaining something. So
Sonic was the key. He's the key to the whole plot.
he pretty much he's like, well, Alpha's like, what's
He's a faster character than we've had before.
And he looked great. That was like, I think if you're a Sonic fan, that's probably going to be the most disappointing thing. Why does he look so good in this as opposed to
It's so bad in that poster.
The best movie Sonic has been in is not his own movie.
Can I make that leg thing the thumbnail? I think I'm going to do it.
God, please don't.
Please don't.
Just put it in for this like 30 seconds.
Yeah, right. So,
Oh, man.
what about you guys? What were movies that you saw that you thought were good or bad?
I mean, there was towards the middle end of summer, there was a point where I kind of binged a whole bunch of, at that point in time, the most recent Marvel movies, because I was kind of behind, because I don't see movies in theaters, because money. I don't know that I could really pick one towards the end of that cycle that I preferred over the others. Like, I really enjoyed Infinity War, but I also really liked Black Panther.
Yeah. that was really
no.
good too.
Black
Yeah.
Panther is basically L5R the movie in a way, if you think about it. It's kind of... I explained it to my friend, and he went, yeah.
It hits a lot of those same notes. If the things that bring you to L5R is not just because you're a weeb, yes, it hits all the same notes.
Yeah. There's like clans. They're like very ritualistic. They care about honor and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it hits all the notes. It does.
It was really
there's the duel scene.
It's
obviously-
got an amazing soundtrack.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
Very colorful.
up for album of the year.
Obviously, I brought up the Godzilla movies earlier, but
Pacific Rim.
I also really enjoyed Pacific Rim Uprising. I know it wasn't.
I called it. I knew it.
It's not my favorite, but
Okay.
but it's still a very positive one for me. I mean, I also know that I definitely paint it probably better than it necessarily deserves, because it's giant robots punching giant monsters, and that just always is a minimum of a 7 for me.
Yep.
But because
Everything
do we-
wrong
do we-
with this movie, but if
Do we need to
Robot
reconsult
punch
the
level.
ratings episode?
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's why I just did a 7. I didn't say it was 7 out of.
my 3-point system is perfect.
But no, but beyond that, I don't know that I really watched a ton of movies this year, to be honest. I mean, the ones I did were not... Most of the movies I watched was Mystery Science Theater 3000, just gonna be honest there.
There you go. Your favorite show of the year.
It was more like I kind of had it on while I was modeling, to be perfectly honest.
Oh.
Wow. That's what it's been really over to.
Yeah. If I had to pick one, I would say it's either Black Panther or Infinity War.
They were both really good.
They are. They were really, really good.
All right.
Was
Can I give a
Ragnarok
shout
this
out-
year, or was Ragnarok
No,
last
no.
year?
No, it was last year, November,
Can
I
I-
believe.
Can I give a slight shout out to a movie that hasn't actually come out yet? It's the Deadpool 2,
Oh,
The Christmas edition.
the Christmas
The
edition.
PG-13 version, or PG version, or whatever.
I want to see this. So
I
bad.
actually haven't seen Deadpool 2 yet. I want to watch that one first.
oh gosh.
Deadpool 2 is
Because
really
he
good.
kidnaps what's his face?
Yes, because that's Fred Savage.
Yeah,
and he
Fred Savage.
recreates.
Yeah, it's the Princess Bride.
Yeah, he's a
Right.
Princess Bride. It is so good. And I gotta see this movie. I want to, because apparently every part that could be potentially considered rated R, that's when they cut back to them in the room
Yeah.
talking. I love it. It's amazing.
Oh man. I'm gonna go take a left turn. I'm not gonna talk about Marvel
Oh.
stuff for my
Oh
favorite movies.
well, another Marvel thing. Into the Spider-Verse is about to come out, and that's probably going to be really.
Everyone says it's really good.
It's gotten a lot of good reviews, and I already love the Spider-Verse comics.
I want to go see that.
Yeah. All right, now resume non-Marvel talk.
Solo, a Star Wars story.
What?
What?
You?
I'm
Nah, I
I'm
don't
memeing.
believe it.
I'm memeing.
Okay.
That movie was dog crap. My favorite movie of the year was a little horror film called Hereditary. It is very much in the vein of my favorite movie from last year, The Witch, which I also talked about on the Halloween episode of Podcast Five Rings twice.
Can I take a stab in the dark here
Yes.
and say that the plot is potentially around something that's hereditary in nature?
Yes, it is.
My God.
It's
What
the.
gave
Did
it
you see
away?
the movie with the girl who looks like she has some kind of physical deformity or mental deficiency, and she goes? Have you seen that trailer?
I have not.
Okay, all right. Well, it basically, it's hard to really talk about the plot without giving everything away, but something's rotten in the state of
just-
Denmark.
Throw. Okay. Well, how about this? Throw spoiler in now, and then I don't really care. You can spoil the shit out of it.
No,
for me.
you
I
need to
don't care.
watch it because it's really
No,
good.
I'm never gonna watch it.
I know Mal, but Meta needs to watch it.
I don't want to watch it.
Oh my god.
No, you know what? No, I can live vicariously through Lily. I can have her watch it. You can
There you
spoil it
go.
for me, and then I will tell her
Okay,
to
okay.
watch it.
It is basically they think that the daughter has a mental illness. It was kind of a really good bait and switch because I kind of have to. Why I think it's my favorite is how it surprised me. The trailer sets it up like a creepy kid movie. It's got the little 12-year-old girl. She's creepy. She makes a weird tongue noise. She looks a little weird. It's got it gives off that kind of vibe. It is not that movie at all because 30 minutes in the movie, the little kid sticks her head out a window and gets decapitated on a telephone pole. The little girl's name is Charlie. Spoilers, by the way, in case Meta didn't warn you with his desire for spoilers.
I was gonna say if somebody didn't take that spoiler warning seriously,
Yeah.
just for the sake of it.
Basically, the main character, who's played by Toni Collette, her mother just died, and there's a giant family secret. It ends up that the grandmother was a devil worshiper and a member of a cult, and she put Satan into the kid or something like that, some kind of demon into the kid. The little kid dies. You don't find this all out till the end of the movie. It's very much like the family, like the witch, like kind of losing their mind around the death of the kid. And it's more modern. It's current day. It's very good. I can't recommend it enough. It's like a notch below The Witch for me. It was probably my favorite movie of the year just because I thought it was going to be a creepy kid movie. And I heard everyone talking about it saying it was actually really good because it's not a jump scare horror movie. It's a very slow, atmospheric movie too.
Oh, God,
So,
thank you.
which are my favorite kind.
Anything that gets any movie that sends a chill up your spine, that's a good horror movie because it's done exactly what it's supposed to do.
All about atmosphere, man.
Yeah, all about setting stuff up.
It's the Lovecraft school of horror, right? Like, you know, the monsters that you can't perceive, the things that you can't understand, the things that scare you are the things of the unknown, not the monster.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
The
It's very much that.
yeah, that's really good.
Because
That's
you don't know what's going on.
You don't know, and that the unknown is far more scarier than knowing that, like, oh, it's a ghosty ghoul that has certain rules it has to follow by. And
Oh no, it's the nun. She's shrieking at me really loudly. Oh God, what am I gonna do?
Look, I'm just saying that when your jump scare is about equivalent and making me pop out of my seat as much as, like, say, walking around the corner, my grandma standing there and I wasn't expecting that, you're not really setting up for terror. You've just done startled me, okay?
Yeah.
Well, the H.P. Lovecraft quote I was trying to think of is the oldest and strongest emotion of mankind is fear, and the oldest and strongest kind of fear is the fear of the unknown.
Yeah,
There you
that's a
go.
good one.
So
A runner-up for me was something I watched last weekend, actually, The Clove Hitch Killer, which is I don't think it's independent, but it's only been making the run at film festivals. I think it's on Amazon, if I remember correctly. I can't remember if I watched it there on Netflix, but It's got Dylan McDermott, who's the dad from. He's in American Horror Story. I mean, that's an anthology series, so saying he's the dad in American Horror Story doesn't mean anything because he plays a different character every year. But he's in it. It's basically a very religious town. They kind of 10 years ago had this tragedy with a serial killer. And it's not hard. It's more thriller, mystery-ish kind of thing. But the mystery's really not that important. The mystery is solved like 30 minutes in the movie. It's more about how the mystery affects the characters and stuff. The guy, a little kid, he's like a Boy Scout or a Troop Scout or something, and he suspects that his father was the serial killer. And you start dealing with the mystery as he tries to figure out what's real. And when he finds out, how he reacts to it and stuff. It was very good as well. And Dylan McDermott, who plays the dad in this as well, did a really good job. And it was really good. So watch it too. So yeah, a movie I'm sad I didn't get to see that I kind of wanted to see and just forgot about. I was going through the list of movies and oh yeah, this Isle of Dogs. I really wanted to see.
Oh yeah.
With I like Wes Anderson, so
Yeah.
And it's got Bryan Cranston, Bill Murray, Jeff Goldblum, Ken Watanabe, Scarlett Johansson, Tilda Swinton. It's got a bunch of people in it, and I heard it was pretty good, even though people got an uproar about it. And my roommate's dog is losing her mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. As soon as I talk about a movie about dogs, Isle of Dogs is. I think it has to do with. I could be wrong. At some point in Japan, isn't it? No, it's actually according to Wikipedia, it's a dystopian near future. I thought it was like World War II era ish kind of thing.
Oh, I
but
was
it's
gonna say that
apparently
seems like world. It is based around Japan, though, right?
not. It
In a
is.
dystopian near future Japan.
Yeah. Okay. So I was
An
like,
influenza virus spreads throughout the canine population with the risk of crossing over to humans. It looked cute.
That sentence, and then it looked cute.
Yeah, I mean it's got the clay dogs. It's a Wes Anderson movie, so he has that certain kind of style to his filmmaking. So, yep.
never really read it.
All right, let's move on to the blockbuster section, shall we?
All right, lay it on me. What is this section you speak of?
I was going to meme, but I can't think of anything. Video games. Video games.
You've let me
What's our,
down.
what's our favorite? What's our favorite games of the year? Let's throw out the Game Awards. What would we have given?
World of
had
Final
given?
Fantasy Maxima is the best video game of 2018.
Bubsy 2, 2
Bubsy
years in a
2.
row. Bubsy 2 Final Mix.
God.
Sons of Patriots.
Yeah.
The final Keyblade War.
Don't you start with the Metal Gear Kingdom Hearts meme. God.
Metal Hearts Kingdom Gear. Birth by Patriots.
God, please. Game of the if you had to choose your game of the year, what would it be?
Gal.
Obs. Let me know. Gal. That's not a game.
Mine is Octopath Traveler. It was my favorite game of the year, but it is a game that's specifically... It's like... I always talk about how this game is very Tet's game. That's a very Obsidian game. It's old school SNES style, 16-bit JRPG goodness. Has great music. Was my favorite soundtrack of the year by far. I love all the characters in it. The combat is very good. It's very close to the Bravely series, which is the same team at Square Enix. And the art is beautiful. It was awesome, and I loved it. Runner-ups, I'm really loving Smash. It's up there for me. It's definitely a top fiver. I would put God of War up there. Pokemon Let's Go is up there. And I've played a lot of WoW. Why don't we go with WoW as well?
Wow.
Wow.
A lot of choice. I don't know if I got one. I know this year's
You can't decide.
The problem is I don't know if there's anything that's really made me go, this is clearly game of the year.
Did you play God of War?
I have not played God of War.
There you go. That's why.
I feel like I might know what
Math
your choice
checks
is.
out.
Like I know what you might be voting for. I don't know why. Just something tells me that you might be voting for God of War. No, I don't know. There's just no game that really like stuck it with me. There's no game that was really truly like that really stood out among a crowd. They all have their good merits though. So it's really hard for me to give it to one.
Yeah, what's some of your favorites then?
Let's go with Octopath Traveler. That is just I enjoy it for what it is. Smash, obviously, Soul Calibur 6, I have enjoyed a lot. I have unfortunately not actually had
Still
a chance
haven't got to play it yet.
Call of Cthulhu.
I was about to say, Call of Cthulhu has been one that I want to play so much.
I have not gotten to it. I've been so psyched for it, but unfortunately, it doesn't match up with my schedule.
Yep.
Even if I had bought the game, I still wouldn't have had time to play it. There's just other things I want to focus on before it, which is kind of disappointing to say. But, man, yeah, those are kind of the only really games that are really standing out to me as the ones that really like.
Monster Hunter?
Yeah, Monster Hunter World's up there too.
Oh, that did come out this year.
Very start.
I guess I would give it to that then. Monster Hunter World.
You played the shit out of it.
I did. I jumped into that game. I played way more than I thought I was going to of it. I have enjoyed it immensely. Yeah, that would probably be my contender. I forgot that came out this year.
No. Now the real burning question that everyone wants to know your answer to, Meta.
What?
Why isn't the city of Final Fantasy NT in this list?
Because I only put good games in my list.
Oh.
Yeah, that was actually a pretty big disappointment. I did not think that game was that great. I don't know how it survived the arcades.
It should have been 1v1, not the 3v3 crap.
Yeah, it was the 3v3 I'm sure was a nice idea, but oh my gosh, there's a lot of stiffness to that game. The game itself is overall pretty much the game is very stiff. It's very hard to work and give me a second. Sorry about that. Real life thing came up. I gotta get an office. The City NT was just, I don't know. It lacks some of the like. It was a very stiff gameplay. There's a lot of buttons and choices on there. Some are made better. It's definitely far more balanced. But the team combat kind of took away from the fun that was having characters be able to kind of stand one-on-one with each other. Certain characters can kind of excel against other characters now because it's really not about that 1v1 balance. It's more about that team balance and trying to make sure that you can properly pick a team that's going to synergize with one another and whatnot. Not to say that they can't, any character can't do well against one another, but there's a little bit more focus on that as opposed to a game like Soul Calibur or Tekken, where everybody should be, ideally they should be all able to take each other on.
The story mode isn't the same as the old ones either, is it?
No, the story mode is not. I haven't even touched the story mode. I had no interest for it once I saw the characters involved for it, and how they're kind of. I know a bit about the story, even though I haven't touched it on yet, but it's not all that interesting. Once I play it, I'll be able to give a more personal experience of it. I'll probably just mention it in some other game talk or whatever. But yeah, that game just, unfortunately, I can't put it on there. It's not what I thought it would be, and I'm a little bit disappointed because I think Dissidia is a great game, but this, unfortunately, Dissidia NT is not that great of a game. There are better fighting games to play. Absolutely better fighting games.
Because those first two games were so good.
Yes, those games were great. They may have been janky. They may have been more RPGs than fighting games.
It was the right kind of Final Fantasy fan service, like World of Final Fantasy is. It feels like that, not like...
Yeah.
If you can feel the love for Final Fantasy in the games. In NT, it feels hollow and lifeless, and I don't know.
Yeah. It just everything feels a little bit stiff, as you point out, hollow. I don't want to like bash on the game. I really don't. I think fundamentally it's fine. I just think that when you place it down next to the game before it, the polish on certain things isn't there. You feel very stuck. Like when I'm at the end of a combo in that game, you feel very stiff. One of the things I noted right off the bat is like in the game, each character has like a generally unique ability. The unique one for Sephiroth is that he can actually cancel out of his ending delay if you perfect frame the dash. It is the only time when I am playing that game that it feels immensely satisfying, but even the dash out of that feels incredibly jarring when you're playing the game, because otherwise he goes immediately from the end of his animation to suddenly just bursting forward in a glow of light, but it's really stiff even when it does that. Fast, it's probably the best thing that happens, but it feels very stiff.
Yeah.
It's just a disappointment. I know there's probably people who might think otherwise, but for me, this game is very much just not what I was looking for in a Dissidia game. I love the fact that they did focus on the fighting aspect of it more. I like the fact that they really did heavily more balance around the fighting aspect. I don't like that you only get like say one HP move. You're relegated to choosing either say a long range or a close range HP move. The idea of bravery moves into HP moves. I can understand why they stopped that. Those really kind of defeated the purpose of having a square button to do HP moves in the first place. But it unfortunately the fact that you're so limited to one choice means you always have to approach this problem in the same way. And as long as your opponent knows how you have to approach it, they can kind of look out for that. And I think that kind of takes away a little bit from the mind games of it all.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's why the city is not on my list. That is exactly why it's not on my list.
What about you guys?
Well, I've got two for different reasons. One is Dragon Quest XI.
I didn't include it because I still need to play it.
The quintessential Dragon Quest game. It takes everything that's great and just brings it in to the current year, updates it in a great way, and it's just so good.
To say how good it is, I actually want to play it.
And the other one is God of War, because they updated it in a new way.
Boy.
And, it got me to actually play the series, which I had never done before, a game in the series, which I had never done before. And yes, it's really good too. For different reasons, obviously.
There is not much more satisfying than throwing your axe in that game.
Yes, and calling it back.
Yeah, it feels good. The way the controller rumbles.
Mm-hmm.
The sound design of that game is
really good too. Yeah, man, those were definitely my top two. What else did I play anything else major? I really liked World. I played the Yakuza 1 Kiwami, which I really enjoyed. I guess it's Tets's favorite RPG series.
Yeah, I do like the Yakuza games.
I could just imagine you like towing your foot in the sand as you said it that way too.
I was actually playing with a piece of silly putty in that same kind of fidgety way. So.
Yeah, you got me.
I started the Atelier series, which were a lot of fun, very fluffy, light-hearted.
When does Mao start the Trails of Cold Steel series?
I think they're coming next year to the PS4. Maybe then.
When's Trails of Cold Steel 3? The fourth one's already out.
I don't want to really start them if I have to,
Okay, here's the good.
I never get 3 and 4.
Here's the good news, Mal. 1 and 2 are pretty much a complete story.
I heard that pretty much.
There's hints of characters that will be relevant, but you don't know really what they want, what they're trying to do, or anything like that. So nothing's really unresolved.
I see.
Everything's tied. The story is tied up in a nice bow. Then the third game skips ahead like 6 or 7 years, I think.
Oh, okay. Then maybe I will give it a try when they
With
come
like,
to PS4.
it's got the same main character and like a whole different cast, kind of.
Ah.
So yes, play them. They're so good. They're very good. All right, what about you, Tets? Tell us.
Well,
Spin me some yarn.
World, obviously, because that was a lot of fun, and I need to get back on it. I sunk a lot of time into that at the beginning of the year. God of War was pretty good, and by pretty good I mean Game of the Year. I really loved that.
It's the Horizon Zero Dawn of the Year.
We kept telling you would.
I did not believe you. I totally knew you guys were correct. I just it takes me a little bit to get the games. I can't immediately dive into them.
But 8 months, Tets. Come on.
Come on.
Come on.
Come on, bro.
I'm memeing you, by the way.
Blame Gamefly because it took him that long to send it to me.
And now you're playing the real best game of all time, Final Fantasy 15.
I actually sent
Persona
that back
5
under 5 hours, so Final Fantasy 15.
Oh man.
I am playing Persona 5 right now, which I'm enjoying a lot. Like more than I was expecting, but not a lot more than I was expecting. But like I don't know, like I just JRPGs aren't my thing, so I kind of walk into them saying I'm not going to enjoy it. So if I enjoy it at any level, it's more of an enjoyment than I would necessarily.
What's your favorite? What's the thing you're enjoying the most about Persona 5?
Honestly, the music.
Oh,
It's so good, man.
So
good.
But a really close second is the
Is it the life sim? Is the life sim stuff like a refreshing break from the going through the dungeon for you?
Yes, but
or is it a bit tedious?
It's up there. It's in the top 5 for me. But honestly, like, not that it's all that tactical, but just the breadth of choices for combat I've really enjoyed. Which I know that it's not any more than any other JRPG.
It's like Pokemon, basically.
It plays like any other Tensei Megami Tensei.
Yeah.
Game.
But it's just the way that the Shin Megami Tensei, like the way that they present the options for whatever reason to me has always been I don't know what it is, but I've enjoyed it more in those games, and I always have. And so like I had a lot of fun with that, just kind of mixing it up. And I really enjoy the baton pass mechanic in it. Being able to just like toss around between characters and just juggle weaknesses, because that's a lot of fun. But yeah, that I've been enjoying.
Well, you've only got like 60 more hours to go.
Probably more. I think I'm just shy of 30, so yeah, I guess it is about 60, maybe 70.
Took me around 80 something hours for my first playthrough.
Yeah, I'm kind of allocating 100 just because I know myself, and sometimes I make stupid mistakes and go back to older saves. So
yeah,
which I did totally do at one point. I thought I had made a save that I didn't make, and I was like, "Oh, I made a mistake. I'm just gonna reload my load." And I look at it, and it was 2 hours ago, and my wife hears me from the other room, just like this angrily moaning. Yeah.
All right. So,
anyway.
Now here's the real. This is anytime you play a Persona game, this is the most important question you can ever answer about it. Who are you romancing in the game?
Well,
have you decided yet?
I haven't discovered everybody, but I'm kind of on the fence between the Doctor and Anne.
All right.
Well then,
I think those are the only two I've really come across right at the moment.
Sounds like he's dead to us.
I was gonna say that. I was like, I immediately heard that, and I was like, oh, he made a wrong answer.
To be fair, I haven't really discovered any other female leads into the main character. Like,
yeah,
is no other really.
You've definitely
there's a bunch more.
You've definitely met one other.
Who?
Kawakami.
The teacher
We've
is
said
one.
it so many times.
Kawakami.
It's not a
the
spoiler
teacher.
at this point. The amount of times we've talked about her.
Okay.
Have you
All right.
got to the scene where you meet her in later on, and she becomes a confidant?
Outside of school.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I didn't know she became a confidant. So, to be honest, everything you guys have said about it, while I kind of was listening, it was kind of listening. Like without a frame of reference to
Well,
point.
when you can't put names to like faces and
Yeah,
stuff, a lot of
exactly.
time it might as well be white noise.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. Like I've listened, but like without seeing, like I wasn't sure that there wasn't another teacher that popped up or something. Like,
Are
right?
you trying to tell me that you don't remember the name of
Well,
webpage?
to be fair, we've also put tons of pictures of her in
let
chat.
me pull up a webpage because I don't remember who the fuck we're talking about either.
It might be the most.
I want to shame you for it.
It might be the most spammed like picture of any character. It's probably her, Sonic. It's either Kawakami or
Oh yeah,
Sonic.
our Discord is either Kawakami or Sonic. Definitely.
Is it really? I don't.
Or the random tangents that I'm posting of food, and then like nobody comments on, and then we go back to those two things.
Oh, we're just saying. No, I comment on your food posts all the time, Ted.
No, I know. I'm being.
Where I don't. I'm gonna be legit with you now. If you're saying we fill up the Discord with Kawakami, then I have missed it like a billion times.
Wow.
I can't even put a name to the face. Somebody link me something. I'm sure I'll immediately go like,
Let's
"Oh,
see.
that's who."
While that goes on, I'm gonna continue on the actual topic.
No, this is the topic now. This is important.
Soul Calibur 6 is pretty up there for me as well. It's a good, like, I just want to play something quickly and not invest too much time in, and I can just jump into the Libra of Souls, play a few games, or jump online and play a few matches and jump out. I've been having a lot of fun with that. But actually, a lot of my year has been crime drama games. I played both Yakuza and Yakuza, Yakuza 0 and Yakuza 6, in addition to Mafia 3. And those three games in and of themselves probably took up from, I don't know, April to October for me, like, because I tried to platinum them, and there was a lot to them. So those were a big part of my year from my major, like, gaming.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. It's not great.
I've watched about half. I forgot it even existed until I found that picture of Kawakami. So
I don't know who this
if
is.
we ever post about like maids, it's like there's a 90% chance it's Kawakami.
Okay.
That's the actual normal.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the actual normal? Those are like two different people. You can't do this to me.
It was the first Smash picture.
Yeah, she's
Ruined.
best girl. So there you go.
Man. Okay. I don't remember it.
That's all you need to know, man. Is she's best girl. Okay.
Okay, all right, fine. She's best girl. Whatever you say, Obs.
Yeah. So, yeah. Why can't I vote on Persona 5 again for Game of the Year?
Because it's not.
It's always Game of the Year
In my
inside
heart.
your heart.
In my heart, that's all that matters. So,
Your heart doesn't matter. What matters is the medal and the trophy you can take.
damn it, Kubo! Oh yeah, Bleach is an honorable mention for movies now. The heart. I can feel her heart in my hand. I'm Ukiyo disappearing into nothingness. Oh god.
Oh my god.
Okay. That feel when you realize Bleach and Kingdom Hearts are the same thing.
No.
No.
So, what are we most excited for next year, guys? Now that we've listed out all of our favorites, is it Kingdom Hearts 3? Kingdom Hearts 3 is up there for me.
All the different samurai games coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
all
Sekiro,
samurai games, pretty much.
Code Vein, I'm super excited for. I said that last year. I think it was my most hyped game of the year, and it didn't come out. It got delayed. So
If I can get my hands on a Switch, it's definitely the From Software mecha game.
yeah,
Not
Ex
from software, but
Ex
Or not
Machina,
Yeah,
or whatever. Deus Machina.
3 Houses, Fire Emblem 3 Houses.
Oh yeah. Yep.
When I can finally use my Switch again.
Everyone thinks that we're going to get a Fire Emblem Direct really earlier in the year. So
Yeah, hopefully.
they can maybe announce like a sequel to Fire Emblem Heroes as well, or what they're going to do beyond Chapter 3, I guess.
Chapter 3 just dropped.
Yeah.
But its anniversary is in February, so it might be around then.
Yeah.
Devil May Cry 5.
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking forward most to.
Yeah.
I am very psyched for that game. I want it in my hand.
I might
now.
actually play this one.
Play it, Mao. Join
It
me.
looks fun.
I'm planning on it.
The demos have been great. The demo for if you've got an Xbox One, you can demo it right now.
I do not.
Well,
Yeah, we were talking about that last week.
Oh yeah,
I was
there's
like, I bet Meta's going to download the demo because
I haven't
they're
actually.
Like,
I actually have not gotten to it. That's the
yeah,
funniest part.
because I was like, I remember him saying he had an Xbox One.
I do.
But-
I rarely ever touch the damn thing. I'd rather they're eventually going to release a demo for it on the PS4 and stuff. So I'm just going to wait till then for that.
Cyberpunk, if it comes out.
Yeah.
Yes. I want Cyber.
What about movies? What are we looking forward to? Other than Avengers, because
all
we're all
the
looking
Marvel
forward to
ones.
Avengers.
All the Marvel ones.
What about Detective Pikachu? We want to see.
I am
Pikachu.
looking.
We'll see.
We'll see. I was gonna say it's like I'm looking forward to it, but I don't have high expectations
say-
of it.
I am looking forward to the Gundam narrative movies.
There are a lot of Marvel movies coming out next year. Holy moly!
Are there? Just 2, or is it 3?
Spider-Man.
Is Spider-Man?
That's what it says on this. It could be wrong.
Yeah, but
Spider-Man, Avengers, Captain
How-
Marvel.
But how can Spider-Man come out next year if he's dead? I don't understand.
They've already shown the picture of him in his stealth suit.
Dark Phoenix doesn't really count, but it's technically a Marvel movie. I think that's it. Toy Story 4, the ultimate Marvel movie.
the most ambitious cross-up.
It Chapter 2.
Oh, that's got a chapter 2. Holy
Yeah.
shit! I
You
forgot.
still gotta do the adult stuff. We're getting a Charlie's Angels remake. Sonic the Hedgehog, obviously. See that poster, then... Oh, man.
Please
And, of course,
no.
Star Wars Episode 9. I can't wait to see what a colossal clusterfuck that's gonna be.
Can we not have the Sonic one?
Oh, it's coming, Meta.
Oh, the Lego
coming.
Movie 2.
Oh, yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Sequel. That's certainly something.
All right, what about man, I don't know any anime that are
No.
No.
Dr. Stone actually is getting an anime
Oh yeah.
adaptation in summer. I think Promise Neverland is in spring as well, so
I
we get
think-
2 pretty
yeah.
good
Oh, really?
jump anime.
They had 4. Shonen Jump had they had 4. They had a page that showed like 4 getting an anime, and I can't remember what the other 2 were.
I did not realize Promised Neverland
Let's
was
see,
getting
I'm
it.
scrolling through
Yeah,
some now. Yeah, Promise
think,
Neverland is the beginning of the year. It's in January actually, so we'll get that in like a month.
I am actually excited about that one.
They're possibly in their final arc, is what people are speculating.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
I can appreciate it when they don't bend into pressure when they're popular and keep it going and they finish the story on their terms.
Right.
That's
Shonen-
always
A
it
good
always ends up
shonen
being for
doesn't
the
have to
best.
drag on.
It doesn't have to. No, it's always for the best. A story should end as naturally as it starts.
No, and I can't wait for freaking Aramanga Sensei OVA. Oh baby. No, I'm actually
know
really
what that is.
looking forward to the Code Geass sequel.
Oh
It's
yeah.
finally coming out next year. They're apparently doing a
Oh.
Made in Abyss movie as well.
I don't know how I feel about the Code Geass. Code Geass ended wonderfully for what it was.
It did end really well,
I don't know if we really should touch that.
but I want to see it. I know, but I want to
There's no
see
need.
it.
There's no need for a sequel.
What's Suzaku up to? Is Nunnally
Living.
What's Nunnally doing?
Huh.
Is
Give me-
Lelouch
Give
still
me that
alive?
Mukurin.
Is
Hey,
he,
Lelouch
is he driving that carriage?
No, he absolutely better be dead. If he's not dead,
It ruins everything.
No, he
It
was
would
definitely
ruin-
alive. He was 100% alive at the end.
Yeah, he's totally driving that carriage.
Why else would they cut to it?
please don't.
Cause C2. It's the founder of Pizza Hut driving the carriage. Okay,
Yeah, thank God.
that makes. I think we can all agree that makes the most sense.
Makes
If
the most
Lelouch
sense.
is gone, she's going to get with the CEO of Pizza Hut, okay?
Lelouch and Spike Spiegel both lived.
Cheese Coon. Yep.
Wait, Spike Spiegel, I don't think actually lived.
Oh, that's...
He did not die on screen.
Yeah. He's a liar. I'm not excited for that,
Wow,
by the way.
I see you never got past the denial stage in your 5 stages of grief.
I think there's one
What
thing
is
I
there
could do
to
without.
deny?
It's a live-action Cowboy Bebop TV show.
Probably. Unless they can get if they can get the music right, there's a chance. But
Yeah.
I've heard that they've had some changes to characters' personalities and that.
yeah,
I don't know how I feel.
There's
mean,
a lot
not
of weird
good.
live act. There's another live action anime adaptation I feel like is coming out that sounded really weird too. I can't remember what it was though. But yeah, 2019 is going to be great for games. We're going to have some good movies.
Oh yeah, it's
Lots
gonna
of
have
good.
a lot of games.
We're going to get the end of the Avenger stuff, the end of the Xehanort saga of Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
Finally.
Final Fantasy 14 is going to get a new expansion.
Xehanort's never going away.
DMC 5. Yeah, he just
Don't say that.
everyone is Xehanort and everyone is Sora.
That is
That's-
literally his goal, is to make everyone Xehanort.
Yeah. Don't you know that Zigbar's already half Xehanort or Braig or whatever his name is?
If
Yeah.
everybody's Xehanort, nobody's Xehanort.
It's too late, Sora. I'm already half Xehanort. And you're going to be Xehanort too.
Aqua
That's-
got Norted.
Yeah, she got Norded. Not Aqua. Not the waifu.
I wanted to step on me.
The weirdest thing playing through Kingdom Hearts is just like the random voice actors they get.
Yeah, that is kind of weird.
Yeah.
Because
Dude,
Aqua's voiced by the sister Speedy from the Arrow show, and it's like
Yeah.
her only video game credit practically.
The they got Jesse McCartney.
Yeah,
They got the guy from Seventh Heaven as Riku.
it was
David
it
Gallagher.
was before he passed.
Hayden Panettiere was Kyrie.
Xehanort was, or Master Xehanort or whatever was
Master
what's-
Xehanort. Yeah, it was
fuck, what's his name?
yeah, Leonard Nimoy and
Yeah.
Ericus was Mark Hamill.
Ooh, what are they gonna
Yep.
do? What are they gonna do now that
They've already got a different voice actor.
I
Yeah,
know, but
he sounds pretty close.
is he pretty close? Okay.
Yeah.
I think Christopher Lee was Diz or Ansem
Yeah.
the Wild.
Freaking Billy Zane as Ansem Seeker of Darkness in Kingdom Hearts
Yeah,
1
only in the
might be
one,
the
yeah.
most random casting ever. Billy
Billy
freaking
Zane.
Zane.
Billy
I don't-
Zane.
I don't know why they got
And,
what's
like-
his name, Sam from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, yeah.
They got him as Hercules in the first one when they
Yeah.
had, and then after that they got the actual.
Freaking
Hercules
what's her
in the
name
movie.
was Eris. I think she sounds way better as Eris than
Mandy Moore?
than the girl. Yeah, Mandy Moore than the girl who plays her now. I don't
Well, Mandy
actually
Moore's
don't.
gonna be my
I absolutely agree with that.
Mandy Moore is
Moore.
perfect for Eris
I
because
thought
she's
that was
the
such
girl
a
next
perfect
door
voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
playing the girl next door character.
Yes. It was a perfect voice, and then when they got the new voice, I was like, "Why did they change it? They were spot on the
They
first
made it.
time."
They made all the voices in line with the movie, I think, right?
Yeah.
Um,
I like Squall too. Cloud was
Leon?
actually
Yeah.
Leon. I like
Technically, yeah.
his early voice actor as well. But I like Doug Erholtz as well too. So
but Mandy Moore will be back in the Tingled world.
oh, will she?
Yeah, and Zachary Levi is as Flynn.
Is the
I mean,
guy
that-
who's playing? Is the guy who was Olaf in Frozen going to be Olaf?
I have no idea. They seem to be pretty good at getting the actual voice actors. But
Yeah.
Frozen was a lot of big actors too, so who knows?
Yeah.
I don't know if they got Kristen Bell and I can't remember Elsa's voice actress name.
Yeah.
Anywho, we're on a really long
Yeah.
tangent.
we
We're
are.
excited. Can you tell we're excited for Kingdom Hearts 3? I'm ready
At
for this
least
to be over.
most of us are.
Yeah. So yeah, this was our random spurging favorites of the year. This is all I enjoyed doing this last year, and it was fun to do this year. It's fun to just kind of like sum up the episodes in a way. It's like a conclusion to the arc of
that's what-
Podcast
that's
of Five
why
Rings for the year.
That's why I went through all the descriptions to
Yeah.
see and
Recap the stuff we talk about. Did it hold up? How did it hold up next to other stuff? how have our thoughts changed throughout the year. Yeah, it's always fun to do, and there's, like I said, there's a lot of good stuff coming out in 2019 that I'm super hot for, super looking forward to.
It's gonna be a good year for gaming.
Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna see. Is it gonna eclipse 2017? Quite possibly
Depends on the later
one of the
part
best years of my life
right?
for games.
Yeah.
The best years of my life.
Yeah. It was the best of times.
It was the best of times. It was the best of times.
Yeah. 2016, I remember being pretty like bleak, actually, but at least for gaming. But anyways, I think we'll get out of here on that note, and we'll be back in the new year to talk about some other stuff. Going to talk about some New Game Plus, some Kingdom Hearts when it comes out, more Marvel stuff, more of your the random topics that we think up of off the top of our heads the day we record this stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure.
This
This
is what we are. This is what you get.
Professionals at your finest.
Hey. So everyone have a happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate. Have a good New Year. Hope everyone stays safe and come back hop for 2019 because I know I am.
You don't have to stay safe. He's not your dad. Go out and drink. Drive while you're drinking. And
whoa, Meta. Whoa.
Do not do that.
Whoa. Whoa.
Do it all. Just break the laws. Break the laws.
2019 is the year of anarchy. Let's ring it.
Let's start now.
Oh my god.
2019 is the sequel nobody asked for.
No, it's the New Game Plus. We've discussed this.
No, but seriously, do obviously be safe. Don't fucking take what I say. Be serious.
Be safe. Enjoy your holidays. Spend it with your friends and family, and have fun.
I can't imagine the one guy who's just like, he's like, oh my god, maybe he's being serious.
Oh god, Meta wants me to drink and drop. I have to do it now.
I have to do it now. He's holding me emotionally hostage.
I'm gonna enjoy my time off and play some Nier and some Dragon Quest.
Yes, do it.
Yep, I got 10 days off work.
Oh wow.
So, all right, everybody,
Take us home.
Have fun. This has been episode 71, Podcast of Five Rings, your source of alignment around video games, anime, tabletop, film, and tech. Each episode of Podcast of Five Rings releases Monday mornings on iTunes and SoundCloud, and Talk About Talk day by day on YouTube, with a full video releasing on Friday. Check us out on social media, Twitter, Podcast 5R, Facebook, P5R Podcast. Meta's been streaming the Final Fantasy, World of Final Fantasy Final Mix Plus.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think he said he's going to be streaming that again here soon, so check them out. Twitch.tv/PSOFlow. When are you going to be doing it? You'll be doing it over the holidays?
It will be. No, it will not be over the holidays. Obviously, I will not be doing that. But next week, it's going to be on Monday at 7:30 EST.
So
and
the day you
on
hear this.
Wednesday. On Wednesday, 7:30 EST. Yeah, exactly right. So they won't know about it.
Maybe they listen to it in the morning at work. So, all right.
Monday, Wednesday, 7:30 EST. PM, not AM, obviously.
Central
All right.
Standard Time. So, all right, guys. Enjoy your holidays, and we'll see you in the new year.
Happy New Year.
Yep.
Happy New Year.
Be safe out there.
Say Happy New Year, tits. Wish them a Happy New Year. We're not leaving until you do.
There we go.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.